Go ahead.
Continue. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Legacy Fund meeting. I think we have everybody that we are supposed to have on here. Let's just go around and do quick introductions for roll call for the record, please.
Scarlett Janes.
Angela Gillen.
Dalen Novak.
Matt Ditton.
Anna Mitchell.
Erica Winston.
And Mayor's here as well.
And I'm Jennifer Justice. I'm here as well. So Anna, thank you for sending out the meeting minutes from our June 29th meeting. Hopefully everybody had a chance to review those. If you have not, I can give you a minute just to look those over to make sure that you feel those in order. And then once everyone feels they're in order, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right, do we have a second?
Angela.
All right. Any discussion on those motions? All in favor of approving the meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, thank you all very much. Okay, I am going to turn it over to staff for an update under discussion items.
Thank you, Jen. So as far as staff updates, we just have an update on donations received so far. So as of the 14th, 2 days ago, we have $2,478.20 in the Greater Kansas City Community Foundation fund. That is $700 that we have raised year to date that is in that fund. And since the creation of the donation fund within the city budget, we've raised $450. And an update on that, on the July 19th Board of Aldermen meeting, they approved the creation of the city donation fund. This is completely separate from the general fund, from any other funds that the city receives. This is for the pure purpose of the legacy fund. The creation of this was mainly so we have easier access to those funds. Along with this donation fund, we also do have a donation agreement, which is just a simple one-pager that whoever donates to the city donation fund, they do have to fill it out really quickly, sign it, and fill it and submit that with their donation. Basically, what that says is that they're not getting anything in return for the donation. And after, I believe, a 10-year sunset, if the funds that they've donated have not been used for a specific purpose, those funds will then be donated to parks generally, to be then used to then further additional parks projects. So that app or that form is also included in your packet if you want to take a look at that. But that is all I have for an update. Matt?
Can I also chime in there? So we talked about the city donation fund, how you can write that check to City Hall. I'm currently working with the finance director, and we're working on also having a online option as well. So we could utilize the QR codes, as Jennifer mentioned. So finance is currently making a transition from their finance software. So once they finalize that, then he's going to work on getting that set up. So basically, it'll be like paying your water bill. You'll be able to click on the sites, put your information in, credit card, and make your donation, and that'll go directly to a GL code specifically that we have set up into this legacy fund. So ease of donation will be improved as we go forward, which I think will be really important as we do more events and how people usually utilize online donation funds. So I'll keep you updated on that as we work through that.
Very good. Thank you guys for that update. Glad to see we're making some progress. I know we have on here the Legacy Fund dinner, so I don't know how much information has been passed out about that, but that will be February 23rd at White Iron. They're going to try and do a similar thing to the Missouri Municipal League's dinner. If you guys were there, it was really, really good. It was a combination of Chops, Aroma Bistro, and Kozak's, and they did, I mean, probably some of the best food ever. So it was really good. I was stealing other people's food, and they were all laughing at me because I'm not very big and I ate so much food. So it's like, where are you putting that? Were you at my table, Matt, when I was doing that?
I was doing it to my table, so we must not have been at the same table.
Okay. Because they were like the people across from me. I was like, oh well.
Erica, will you be able to fill us in on some of the information on the dinner? Kind of maybe if you're needing any assistance from Legacy Fund on, selling tables and different items like that.
I was hoping that some of your group and then some of the board members from the chamber could get together and sit down and really figure out what it is that we want to get done as far as decorations and everything like that. And because I'd like to do a form so that people can fill out for sponsorships and get those tables sold and all of that. So as soon as we can get that worked out, that would be great.
Yeah, so I'm gonna Eric and I've already started working on an Excel sheet. I'm gonna pull together a weekly meeting with some key stakeholders so we can start reaching out to sponsors, reaching out to ticket sales. And I know Jennifer's already on the hook for one.
I think the realtors might buy one too.
There we go.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to be a big deal. We want some really good silent auction items too. I know there's some folks that have those kind of contacts. I don't want, I got told Danny Wilson, who's on our Parks board, I don't just want flowers from Jeans. I want flowers every month for a year type silent auction items. We've got a condo at Big Cedar already donated. We're working on getting the stay at the zoo because they do the overnights at the zoo. We're working on some other overnight type things to give to auction off. So you can go stay next to the Lions at Kansas City Zoo or Omaha Zoo if we get that one figured out. So
okay, so will you be including us in those emails for those weekly emails?
I don't know, Matt. You might not make the cut. It'll probably be your new person.
I want to
Stop
be.
it. You be nice to Matt. Matt, I got that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So well, yes, it's going to be people that can have the time to meet, and yes, we don't want too many, but we'll start out big and we'll shrink as people don't hit their numbers. So that's what we've done with other fundraising efforts before. If you show up to the meeting every week and you're always saying, "I'm sorry, but I haven't been able to get anything," I'll just, might drop you from the invite.
You're the
Delete you off the email list.
You're yes. So anyway, this is something that when Eric and I started running numbers, we could easily raise 50 grand that night. We just have to be diligent and do some fun stuff.
Yep, I think we can do it.
Yeah, I think kind of what you mentioned that we want to do a big ticket item. I think this is on the right path of what I had envisioned as well for the future. So.
And that's obviously kind of falling under our action items, which is discussion of the next fundraiser. I asked Mayor Boley, did anybody donate after I was downtown that weekend? I did get a lot of people asking questions, which may have sparked some Facebook discussion, which good or bad, publicity sometimes is good, right?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people were like, what? You're going to do what? And just educating them and kind of having the conversation and what are we going to do with the ball fields and different things like that. But it did spark some conversation. I was able to get up with the band and just say a few words, just took a couple minutes of that and told them where I was going to be standing. The rain was really invasive that night, so it totally put a damper on everything that I was wanting to do, but we still got a little bit in. And Anastasia and Ashlyn were so nice to pass things out and talk to people as well for ice cream. So
yeah,
cool.
the conversation was definitely improved. I had a lot more people realizing that was going to happen. So I think it did help spark some questions, which is always good. Points us in the right direction. At least if they're talking to me, then I can help to me and you guys that we can point them in the right direction for donation later on if they're interested.
Yeah, one of the
Yep.
things too that I talked to Matt about and Cynthia is we need to get better at communicating out to our other departments, because like Jennifer and I experienced, the police department was right next to us. Sergeant Henry is very involved in our community, and she had no idea what was going on. And she's out fundraising for kids all the time with Shop with the Cops. So we need to make sure we let the other departments know, hey, this is our master plan. This is what we're looking at doing. This is what we're fundraising for.
I was talking separately.
How can we do that? How can we make sure all these other departments know, and how can we?
Well, Matt and our HR representative, Anna, who's on, will take care of making sure that we've been doing newsletters and different things like that. We've done some little video clips and different things, but you know, as our organization grows, you know, we're almost to 60 people now at the city. We just need to get good at it now so that when it grows.
Yeah, that's a good point, because that just reminded me. So we do a quarterly newsletter that goes out to all the city of Smithville residents who do water
We're
billing, correct?
actually every other month now.
Every other month now. Yeah. So in the October one, we have the rendering of the stage as well as the QR code for donations and the information. So that'll be really exciting. It's going to get out to anybody for water building. So pretty stoked about getting that information out there to that many people. So there could be a lot of questions coming in here soon. So
Cool. Are we going to discuss another fundraiser? I know the Halloween campground is coming out, and we've had some conversations earlier about that, and I don't know where that all landed, to be honest with you.
yeah, so the haunted campground is going to be on October 22nd. We are going to be using some of that funding we got from the campground sites for funding to help with the legacy fund. So we got approval with that. But it will be a great opportunity to possibly I can set you guys up or set a table up, or you guys, maybe some of you all will be there already as vendors. But we can set up our rendering and have a table at the haunted campground if someone wants to sit behind that table.
I may be able to help with part of that. I literally had the wrong date down to reserve the campsite and did
Wow.
not get a campsite reserved. It was gone in like 10 minutes, which is pretty
Yeah.
traditional.
Yeah. Yeah, because I won't be able, I'm doing the parking, so I won't be down there directly. But that would be a pretty good idea to have that set up and possibly have our own table, which we'd be able to do. So we can
Remind me what weekend was that, the
the
14th,
22nd.
15th,
No,
22nd?
yep, 22nd,
Oh,
21st.
I have it on there, Smith's Fork.
The
What time does it start?
3:30 to 6:30.
I'm gonna be getting back from Topeka from a conference, so that goes over the weekend, so I'll see if I can attend.
Yeah, I'll go ahead
Send out
and
more information to all of us, please, so we can make sure that we get people there.
yeah, I'll go ahead and just put us down as a vendor, and then it could be, and I'll start getting some interest here later next month. So
Perfect.
Erica, would we have any space for the chamber? Because the chamber would be out there.
I know we've got a booth for the chamber. I don't see why we couldn't put some of that stuff in our booth. Possibly, or if you guys want to,
mean,
if
there's
we could get the
literally-
booth next to each other.
yeah,
Yeah, it's literally the easel, and then you need the space to put the little flyers and maybe some 8.5 by 11s if we want to have more detail on those, Matt. I don't know how much detail you want to put out. That would have been, I'll tell you what would be helpful for me is if we want to get aligned with talking points, because I was not able to have streamlined talking points because we've had a lot of different conversations around this. So obviously I could reference, the little sheet and go to the QR code and there's more information. And then obviously the rendition, but some of the things, it was just cannot remember everything all the time. And there was a couple of specific questions. I was like, hey, we'll have a meeting here in another month and then we'll have more information. And I know it's stuff we've talked around before, but I just didn't have specific talking points.
okay, yeah, I'll I'll create new ones and we have some of those talking points on there, and then I'll run it by you all before we do any printing. That way we can edit and all that and get what we need.
That's a
That would
great,
be super great.
everybody's hearing the same message over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Like, buy tires commercials. The more you hear it, the more you think about it. Very good. I like that.
Okay, I can do that.
Do you have to buy tires?
No, fortunately. No. But there's always lots of tire commercials.
Okay. I think that kind of sets us up for our next couple of things, at least for now, probably until we meet the next time, unless someone has something else. And then if there's any other comments that we have.
One of the things my sister's Chamber of Commerce did in California was they did one of those duck derbies, and they do it in Chicago too. I just think that'd be really cool if we could do something like that at Smithville Lake, and you pay so much money for a duck. I'd have to get more information, but she raised like $15,000-$20,000 in like a couple hours selling these ducks and getting big donors and different things for prizes and things. It just seems like something that's different. You know, we have Easter egg hunts and the haunted campground. Let's do something that's us, that would get the families involved in Smithville, I think.
Yeah, do we have the ducks race on the lake?
Is
Is
I
that
don't
what
know.
they do?
Is
is
there
they
one?
race?
No,
do
yeah, they
do that?
race.
Is
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
then they gave something there for the first duck, but also the last duck. So the last duck that comes in gets something as well, which I thought was kind of funny. Yeah, but they number all the ducks and everything else. So some kind of duck derby race. And they do theirs in a lake as well, and so they have a big net around it, and they collect them all versus like Chicago's in the river. But you know, trying to find something that's more fun like that, that might get families involved.
That's cool.
That's fun. I wonder if we could do that at Helvey. The smaller body of
You just have
water.
to be able to get the ducks to move. And I think at their lake, they have like this big slide ramp thing that they had created. So we'd have to make sure we have some way of making them move into the water, right? Because if it's a
You
lake,
gotta go.
it's not gonna move. It'd have to be in a river where they move on their own, or some way of us having a big slide of some sort. So you don't want to spend a ton of money building something like that either. But some idea that I was thinking about here recently after seeing how much money they raised in a short amount of time on a Saturday morning, you know? So
Yeah.
Well, don't they do the sailboats? Is it the I can't remember, down at the river? We could do the ducks.
yeah,
But
you
I
could
can't
do
remember
something
who
like
does it.
that too. Make it our own. It doesn't have to be
Right.
ducks, but like some kind of fundraiser like that that would bring
the
in
ducks would be
families and you
fun.
pay $5, $10, $20, I don't know, whatever it is per thing to race, and then you get a little bit of money from everybody, you know.
Mhm.
Very good. I think we have done pretty well. And obviously the MML knockoff stuff, I'm sorry, Mayor, I shouldn't call it that, because it's like we're taking that idea and gonna make it better. But I think that's gonna be a really good, fun fundraiser for us to look forward to, and it's gonna be really delicious. So there's obviously that. And if you've not been to White Iron, it's really something to see. It's a real asset for our community. So anytime we can showcase the assets and raise money for purposes in our city, that's always a worthy cause.
Yeah.
Anna, Matt, is there anything I have missed?
Nope, I think that's it. I'll work on that stuff and get it over to you.
Do we have a date picked for our next meeting, or do we need to address that?
It would probably be helpful if we could, since we're all here.
Yeah. This time slot seems to work pretty good. Do we want to try and shoot for maybe the 14th?
Yeah, because that would be a
What's
week out.
everyone's? Yep,
Yeah,
that's
that'd be a
exactly
week.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I like that date.
I'm out
How's-
of town. I'm out of town on October 14th, so I won't be able to be there.
I might have kiddos out of school that day. So if we
Because
could
it's homecoming.
after,
No,
well,
homecoming's like the 30th of September.
mine are
First
little
quarter ends on
daycare.
the 14th. What about the 7th?
The 21st or the 7th?
21st, I'm out of town with that
I'm out
conference.
almost the entire month of October. That I'm out the 7th through the 15th, and then I'm out again that week in the 21st, 22nd.
For And I'm sorry, I don't know who said they might have kids that they had to get out of school on the 14th. Does the 7th work better?
Yeah, I could do the 7th. I might be
Sounds-
okay with the 14th too. I'm just not sure that you might have little people in the background.
Oh, well, that's totally fine. I had barking dogs on our Zoom for trustees this morning. We can make that work.
Yeah, it's a
Starla's
14th
out
would-
on both days. Is that what you said too, Starla? Just curious.
Yeah, I'm out of town. Yeah.
Yeah, if we could do
7th.
the 14th, that would give me a little bit more time to get some things done.
Darla, we love you, but it sounds like you're not going to be with us in October. So I think we're
Nope.
going to have to meet on the 14th without you.
That's okay. I know you guys will fill me in. I'm not worried.
I mean, you can still jump on the Zoom, even if
I'll try. I
Yeah.
will try.
I'm just
I
kidding,
will-
Starla. I'm giving you stuff.
No,
It's
I'm
super
gonna
hard to
be,
like juggle all the balls.
I'll be in Colorado. I mean, I might. It would be the first time I've jumped on a Zoom call from Colorado, but I'll try. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'll try.
All right. Sounds like we have most of the consensus for the 14th at 2 p.m. again, or 2:30. I think the 2:30 slot works pretty good.
Yep. All right. That
Okay.
works.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for your time and all the money we're raising and all the work that we're doing. I do think there is starting to be some excitement around this, which is kind of cool to see because I think some of us have been together for, has it been 3 years? Because I remember when we were originally meeting in City Hall before it had started to get remodeled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years now. I can't remember now.
Did you just say wow? You just said wow.
Matt said, wow, we haven't done much. We're working on it. Hey, we've
Oh.
got to
It wasn't, yeah, that wasn't a while.
COVID was in there.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has. But I mean, honestly, things that we're having to ask people for money, and there's been a lot of shift in Smithville and a lot of different schools of thought. So change takes time, especially big change like we've done in town and, you know, Main Street, which has been awesome. And I think people are starting to see part of that come together, and you're getting more buy-in to things that have been needed for a long time now.
For sure. Yeah, I think after the festival, I think people got really excited about a new, bigger, brighter stage for events like that. So
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks again and take care. I hope you have a great weekend. And hey, go Chiefs and down with Al. He was not cool last night to our Chiefs. All right. Bye, guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
I